Do animals truly experience gratitude and complex emotional bonds with humans?
Across the globe, distinct documented cases reveal surprising indicators of animal intelligence. To understand this connection, we must trace our history of encounters from the past to now.
In the deep ocean, a massive humpback whale becomes helplessly entangled in discarded fishing gear.
Human divers spot the creature and swim closer, risking everything to cut it free.
As the final nets fall away, the whale expresses an undeniable sense of relief.
Tracking data reveals that marine animals alter their regular routes to express unique behaviors.
Instead of fleeing, the creature loops back, defying wild instincts to stay near its rescuers. This physical contact is a deliberate, unmistakable gesture of gratitude. The profound connection leaves a lasting mark of mutual understanding.
Data confirms that this behavior is a deliberate expression of gratitude. Even in our homes, animals show an extraordinary sensitivity to our daily routines.
Even the smallest creatures demonstrate remarkable problem-solving abilities when facing new challenges.
By understanding cause and effect, they map patterns to achieve their goals. From insects to mammals, pattern recognition is a universal trait of animal intelligence. Even tiny creatures process complex navigation patterns with brains smaller than a single grain of rice. Human intelligence reached high complexity, unlocking unparalleled creative problem-solving and abstract thought. We filled our minds with math, science, and art, wondering if other species shared this depth. Can other creatures truly understand an intentional act of human kindness? A single deliberate gesture of relief can bridge the gap between species. What remains is an unmistakable bond of deep, unspoken gratitude. Neurological mapping demonstrates that emotional intelligence is widespread across diverse non-human species. This shared capacity for empathy links us directly to the great creatures of the sea.
From coastal shallows to deep currents, these bonds reshape our understanding of nature.
In the open ocean, threats can appear suddenly from the deep. Dolphins actively use their echolocation to monitor dangers surrounding human swimmers. Unaware of the lurking presence, the humans rely entirely on their aquatic guardians. Dolphins will actively form protective barriers to shield humans from approaching predators.
This deliberate altruism demonstrates a profound emotional connection and cross-species empathy.
Whether in the ocean or on land, animals continue to surprise us with their capacity for gratitude.
Dolphins regularly extend their protection to other vulnerable marine species in times of need. They will bravely put themselves in harm's way to disrupt predator attacks.
This universal empathy highlights a profound emotional depth found throughout the oceans.
Neurological studies reveal that dolphin brains possess complex emotional processing pathways similar to humans.
This cognitive awareness allows them to form strong, intentional bonds with other species. Neurological studies reveal that dolphin brains possess complex emotional processing pathways similar to humans. This cognitive awareness allows them to form strong, intentional bonds with other species.
Witnessing their intelligence in the wild confirms everything we have mapped in the laboratory.
Dolphins possess an extraordinary capacity for empathy, frequently demonstrating altruism toward other marine creatures.
This profound intelligence forms unique bonds of trust and mutual recognition with humans. When emergencies strike unexpectedly on the water, humans find themselves completely helpless.
Marine research reveals that dolphins express their emotions through vibrant, complex social bonds.
They share deep empathy, showing profound care for members of their pod.
Using a sophisticated language of clicks and whistles, they coordinate complex rescue efforts.
Remarkably, dolphins use unique signature whistles that function exactly like individual names.
These acoustic signals allow them to call out to specific companions across great distances.
Our studies confirm that their cognitive mapping and vocal recognition are highly advanced.
Incredibly, research shows that dolphins can remember specific human friends even after decades apart.
20 years can pass, yet their emotional bonds remain entirely unbroken. Just as we hold on to memories of our youth, these animals carry history with them. Elephants display immense emotional depth, operating with a powerful sense of community and mutual care. Their empathy extends beyond their own families, showing a profound awareness of distress. They frequently step in to rescue and protect other creatures in times of danger.
In dedicated sanctuaries, elephants form deep, peaceful bonds with their human caretakers. But sudden distress within the herd can quickly alert and worry everyone nearby. Moments of overwhelming grief can leave us feeling completely helpless and broken.
Elephants form deep social bonds and communicate through an intricate network of emotions. When they perceive human distress, their immediate instinct is to offer comfort.
Through low-frequency rumbles, they send messages of reassurance across vast distances.
Elephants will walk great distances just to provide comfort to a grieving human companion.
Is this a calculated cognitive survival response or pure empathetic connection?
Just like our domestic pets, wild giants possess a deep, universal capacity for comfort.
Our journey takes us to Kenya to witness an extraordinary story of elephant gratitude.
A wild elephant was found wandering alone, suffering from a severe injury.
Knowing it needed help, it waited near a road for the rescue team to arrive.
Recognizing the danger of the wound, wildlife rangers immediately step in to offer aid.
With gentle care, they clean and dress the injury to prevent infection. An injection of medicine ensures the majestic creature will fully recover.
The next day, the rangers return to find the wound healing perfectly.
Hoo-hoo-hoo! I have never seen wildlife act quite like this before.
Our studies frequently reveal highly unusual and deeply complex social dynamics.
Their social bonds extend far beyond their own species, showing remarkable community awareness.
Watch how he communicates with the rest of the herd, even in complete darkness.
Meet Satao, a young elephant whose bond with his caretakers defies expectations. Elephants form deep emotional bonds of gratitude and trust with their caretakers. Look at that technique. They use rocks as specialized tools to crack nuts.
Even at home, our companions reflect our happiness right back at us.
Even the giants of the ocean display profound expressions of gratitude toward us. Their intelligence allows them to map out complex solutions to problems.
Science continues to shed light on the mechanics of their brilliant minds.
Even simple objects reveal how animals connect the dots in nature.
Look closer. The chaotic data actually reveals a clear emotional response.
Throughout human history, our bond with animals has defined our shared understanding.
Researchers meticulously document every gesture to decode the emotional language of wildlife. Yet traditional science often dismissed these profound bonds as mere instinctual responses.
Wait, we must respect their nature rather than forcing our own concepts onto them.
Standard rigid tests fail to capture the true depth of organic comprehension.
We code machines to copy, yet nature solves problems naturally. How does a living creature genuinely perceive and understand its world?
From tool use to complex problem solving, nature displays profound cognitive diversity. Decades of primate studies reveal deep evolutionary roots of empathy and connection. This 50-year journey bridged simple observations with advanced neurological insights. Across the animal kingdom, examples of problem-solving and tool use began to challenge old assumptions. But the evidence clearly points to a high level of mental complexity.
If they feel just like we do, everything changes.
Across diverse species, empirical data reveals profound capabilities for affection, comfort, and mutual bond formation. Every behavioral metric confirms that cognitive and emotional complexity extends far beyond our initial estimates. Their brilliant problem-solving skills have earned them a prominent place in the spotlight of natural science. Controlled experiments reveal that corvids possess an advanced capacity to identify distinct emotional states.
Our comprehensive metrics confirm a high level of analytical reasoning and cross-species awareness.
In everyday encounters, their sharp recognition of individual humans remains absolute.
Our data confirms that these subjects track human behavior with extreme precision.
They remember faces. This specific mask triggers a defensive response.
Grudges and bonds alike are passed down through generations, lasting for decades.
Crows don't just remember faces. They track targets across completely different environments.
Whether in public parks, busy streets, or recreational yards, the surveillance never stops. They communicate danger to the entire flock, descending together in a coordinated strike. Crows don't just remember faces, they actively communicate descriptions of threats to one another. This shared knowledge allows entire flocks to recognize and target specific individuals over time. But their memory isn't just for grudges, they also bring gifts to those who show them kindness. Crows remember acts of kindness and frequently return the favor with small gifts. They harbor deep mental maps of who helped them in the past. This genuine reciprocity demonstrates an emotional intelligence that spans across species.
Crows do not just accept random objects. They choose gifts deliberately.
Look at this! A token of real appreciation.
Kindness begins a cycle of trust that spans across species. This mutual relationship creates a unique social transaction between crows and humans.
Crows often present shiny objects as tokens of gratitude to their human friends. Their behavioral responses demonstrate a profound understanding of reciprocity. Crows show remarkable empathy, comforting each other in times of distress. These sophisticated actions prove that emotional support is not unique to humans.
Look at these metrics. The empathy index is spiking completely off the charts.
Our field observations confirm that these complex emotional patterns extend far beyond smaller species.
In the open ocean, humpback whales have been observed actively shielding humans from danger, tucking them safely away under their massive fins until the threat passes.
At first, the human diver is entirely consumed by fear and confusion.
Faced with such a colossal creature, she assumes the worst. But the whale wasn't threatening her. It was shielding her from a tiger shark.
Our data confirms that these massive marine creatures actively remember human interactions over decades. It is absolutely astonishing. Their capacity for empathy mirrors and perhaps exceeds our own. How did this profound emotional depth evolve across millions of years beneath the waves?
Their complex behaviors don't simply align with standard evolutionary survival instincts. This leaves science with a profound riddle regarding the true origins of altruism.
Our data shows these connections transcend basic survival mechanisms.
Altruism drives species to protect their young, even in the face of great danger.
But among ocean giants, this empathy manifests in even more remarkable ways. Human observers frequently witness these creatures displaying profound awareness and calm curiosity.
We can dissect their behavioral, layered data across multiple distinct dimensions.
Unlike human conflicts, animal connections operate on a direct, visceral level of empathy. A shared heartbeat that drives their ultimate willingness to protect others. Animals can read our physiological distress signals clearer than we realize. Even larger creatures alter their demeanor when detecting human anxiety. This innate sensitivity bridges the gap between our world and theirs. Chemical markers like oxytocin prove that our emotional bonds with animals are deeply rooted.
Elephants demonstrate a remarkable capacity to understand and respond to human intent.
Approaching a distressed wild animal requires extreme care and mutual trust. Before any physical contact, we must project an undeniable signal of safety. In nature, pain and fear trigger immediate, defensive survival reactions across all species.
Yet, once aid is administered, tension dissolves into a profound state of quiet recognition. Providing targeted medical care builds a profound foundation of trust and emotional recovery. Animals can easily separate true human empathy from tense or false intentions.
This connection is not based on mysticism or supernatural phenomena. It is driven by highly developed, acute sensory biology.
Over millions of years, evolution fine-tuned these neural pathways, from simple organisms to complex mammals. Reading the emotional states of others became a vital mechanism for everyday survival. A single missed emotional cue could mean the difference between life and death.
It's always terrifying when approaching an injured animal, unsure of how they will react.
But once they realize you are trying to help, an incredible trust forms between species. Take Craig Foster, who documented his profound daily interactions deep within the ocean kelp forests.
Building trust with marine life requires patience and a non-threatening presence.
Day after day, from dawn until dusk, the commitment to understand never wavered.
Witnessing the daily cycles of survival and rest reveals an incredibly rich inner world.
Over many weeks of patient observation, a remarkable bond of trust slowly begins to form. Then comes the breakthrough moment, a physical gesture of absolute connection.
Intelligence means anticipating risks, balancing natural caution with curiosity.
Through gentle interaction, a profound bond of trust is formed between two completely different worlds. Using their brilliant intelligence, they deploy remarkable defense mechanisms to survive perilous ocean encounters.
Yet their time is brief, navigating a fleeting one-year life cycle of reproduction and sacrifice. Yet an octopus is fundamentally different from mammalian minds like dolphins or elephants.
Researchers have documented deep bonds and incredible intelligence when diving alongside them.
Our lineages separated over 500 million years ago on the Tree of Life.
Even among invertebrates, we find moments of genuine curiosity and connection.
We must understand how these alien minds interpret their surroundings. Look at these intricate neurological pathways glowing with cognitive activity. How do we quantify feelings that look so remarkably human?
Every part of this ecosystem points to a deep, interconnected intelligence.
It isn't just instinct. They are truly capable of affection.
Our comprehensive data shows clear patterns of deep emotional intelligence across multiple species.
Out here in the open, we observe behaviors that can only be described as empathy. They remember who helped them, and they show their gratitude directly.